This is the symbol of the Russian celebration of New Year's night. It weighs about 28 tons. During the Soviet days, during the restoration, they used about more than 20 kilograms of gold to rim the hour and like the figures there. So the gold was used to decorate the Kremlin chimes or the Kremlin clock. So let's take a little stroll. These walls and towers were built by Italians, and you can see blue spruces planted all across the walls. And initially, um, the Kremlin, the walls of the Kremlin. So first they were made of oak, and then they were replaced with a white limestone Kremlin, and then eventually Italians were commissioned by one of the rulers, Grand Dukes of Moscow, to travel here and to build the Kremlin. So it's really interesting because in Italy there is a city, Verona, and the architecture, there are some castles there, fortresses, they are looking pretty similar to what we see now in Moscow. And also it's called Sforza Castle in Milan. It has again the same architecture. It just proves the fact that Italians were behind these architectural ensemble of the Moscow Kremlin. 1990 both the territory of the Kremlin, again, which is a separate territory, and as a tourist you can go there. And if you would like to go along with me, I have a tour of the Kremlin. I will be running this tour this Sunday. We are going, this is a live tour. I will be there, not from home. We are going behind the red brick walls to see what is happening inside. We're going to see the cathedrals, the palaces. So if you would like to join me on my tour of the Kremlin, we are taking our way to the Lenin's Mausoleum, this architectural structure that is both Art Deco and avant-garde. So Vladimir Lenin was a political figure, and he was the leader of the revolution in Russia in 1917, and he also led the country during the Civil War. He was one of the founders of USSR. When he died, 1923, so he was not buried. The decision was taken not to bury his body, but to embalm his body, to mummify his body, and to put him on public display. So here we can see the mausoleum. And if you would like to learn what other political, like big names like Stalin, the first man in space, Yuri Gagarin, thank you, Jennifer, what are the promoting my tour, but I'm actually not at the same time and just leading to some of the topics, because it's so hard. They actually strike every 15 minutes. Can you hear that? I will give you a beautiful postcard opportunity with St. Basil's and with the Savior Tower. I just hope that you enjoyed the tour. All right, so going back to Lenin's mausoleum. So in Cyrillic letters on this slab, black marble slab, in red letters, it says Lenin here. So he was one of the most notable politicians in our history. And they embalmed his body. They took off all his body organs. They replaced all his body fluids with a special embalming solution. They put him here kind of mummified and embalmed. And even now you can go inside. Of course, the filming is not allowed there. You cannot take pictures. You cannot do that. It's just you can go inside and it's very fast, so you need the whole process is very like you need to stay there. They give you like, I don't know, maybe a couple seconds to look at the body. He's under kind of glass sarcophagus, and then you go back. But who is the architect behind the project? Karen, thank you so much for the tip. Thank you for Alexei Shushev was a genius architect who worked both in Imperial Russia. He managed to build cathedrals and churches, and also he was behind the project of Lenin's mausoleum. If you take a look at does it look like a pyramid to you? Alexei, Joanne, thank you so much. So exactly ziggurat. So he decided to take inspiration from these ancient cultures and ancient pyramids and ziggurat type of buildings. So we have this pyramid now on Red Square. And if you take a look, it has actually 5 angles. It's not 4 cornered, it's 5 cornered. And there is stupid urban legends saying that this is kind of a fifth angle over here. So these urban legends are saying that the fifth angle was meant to become like, a spiritual portal for the body to accumulate the, I don't know, the life and energy of people who are passing along the square, which is just ridiculous because Shusev's idea initially was to create this fifth angle as a tribune for politicians to stand there during parades and during concerts, during national events, to stand there and address the nation. So that was the idea behind. Nothing to do with these conspiracy theories and everything else. And we are just moving along the Kremlin wall. And I would, 34 minutes already. Time flies so fast. So I would like to show you another tower of the Kremlin complex. It's called Nicholas Tower, named after Saint Nicholas, and it is again topped with a red star. So only 5 towers of the 20 are topped with red stars. And let's talk a little bit about the history of the star. So first, let me try to zoom in. I will do my best, and then I will share a picture with the stars. So I'm not sure if you can tell. For example, me personally, I can't tell, but it is illuminated. It is on right now. So they never switch the lights off on the towers, on the stars of the towers. Never. So it is done so that the stars can be seen against the daylight and during the nighttime. And so the first set of stars were added. So this is the close-up of the stars in just a great quality. This is Art Deco style, beautiful stars. They are huge, actually humongous. And there are some halide lamps inside. And there is a special technology how the glass of these stars are made. So these stars have kind of layered technique of different glass. So there is a light glass, then comes milky glass, then comes crimson color, then lighting, then another layer of crimson color. Yeah, so they have refractors inside, so it just allows to light to disperse beautifully. And there is a special mechanism inside each and every tower that has a star on top, and everything can be done automatically. I mean, if the star needs to be, if the lamp inside these halide lamps need to be is burned out or something needs to be changed, so there is a special mechanism. Everything can be done automatically in about 30 minutes or so. And I love this style. What do you think of the stars? I just love them. I love the look of it. And moving from the legacy of the Soviet Union, let's talk about a little bit of the 19th century Russia. Well, this is the end of the 19th century almost, but this is the State Historical Museum, one of the biggest museums of Russian history in Moscow. And this time we have double-headed eagles on top. These are the double-headed eagles. They are just contrasting with the stars on the towers of the Kremlin. So this is the legacy of the Imperial Russia. So in the Imperial Russia, in the Romanov Russia, double-headed eagle was it was actually inherited from the Byzantine Empire, because the Orthodoxy religion, Christianity came to Russia from the Byzantine Empire. And Sophia, who was the daughter of the last emperor of Constantinople in Constantinople, Byzantine Empire, she traveled to Moscow to get married to one of the Grand Dukes of Moscow, and she brought a lot of legacy and a lot of symbols from Byzantine with her. So double-headed eagle was inherited from Byzantine Empire, saying that it's like the countries overlooking east and west, dual power here. And did I promise to show you the unicorn? Well, no, you cannot see unicorn from here, but you can see lions. Yeah, there is a yeah. Well, actually, you can see. So